The book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us. That's how it was supposed to be. Our fathers are supposed to raise us, protect our mothers and our brothers and sisters, and correct us. Okay, so we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. We were supposed to reverence our fathers, but now we're corrected by our mothers, and we reverence our mothers in this society of confusion, the land of confusion, America, Babylon the Great. So the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? So as we live, we're supposed to be under subjection to the laws of America, right? To the laws of the state, to the laws of taxes and so forth. But the scriptures read in the New Testament, people say the laws are done away with, but in the New Testament it reads, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9. And I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakakwadash. And double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone for teaching. Now, the letter J is only 500 years old. When you go through the Paleo-Hebrew characters, his name is Yahawashi. And he is the number one spirit that was ever created. Okay, who the world calls Jesus. He is that number one spirit. Okay, the book of John chapter 3 verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit. Okay, so the Father of spirits created spirits. The spirits are born, and they never die. Okay, the spirit never dies. Okay, but the flesh dies, and that which is born of the flesh is of the flesh, and that which is born is of the spirit is of the spirit. Okay, you have the carnal mind, the carnal man, the fleshly man, and you have the spiritual man, the carnal woman, and you have the spiritual woman. And a lot of spiritual people are demonic. Now that I think about it, well, let's just give an example. Send me back my stuff. Stop being a bitch bastard. I wish you have a bad something for a year. What happened to the line? Stop spreading rumors about me. Why would anyone do that? Why would a man do that? The truth, I want you to hurt like I hurt. Well, why do you hurt? Why do you want him to hurt? With my friends, he's a spirit. Encyclopedia of spirits that people order. All right, so you have you have that which is born of the spirit, and you have that which is born of the flesh. But just because someone is born of the spirit doesn't mean that they're born of a righteous spirit. It could be born of a wicked spirit, an evil spirit. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. So you have different kinds of flesh, you have different kinds of spirit. But the number one spirit is who the word ignorantly calls Jesus. That's why he's so highly memorialized, even though it's been the truth has been distorted. All right. So the number one spirit that's ever been created well, is Yahawashi. All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7, then shall the dust return to earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it. All right, now that's what happened after Yahawashi had died on the cross as a sacrifice for many, right? Not for all, not for the whole world, for the 12 tribes of Yasharahla, right? Initially for the elect. As he said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. In fact, let's get that. Then shall the dust return to earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. So the whole world knows that, says that Jesus died on the cross, and it's that the whole world says that Jesus rose from the grave, and they say that Jesus came back in a spiritual body, and they don't really talk much about it after that. They don't really talk about how he walked around for 40 days, and they don't talk about how other people rose from the dead. Church really doesn't talk about that too much. But the book of John chapter 17, verse 9, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. All right, so after he died on the cross for those that he prayed for that were Yahweh's, that was given to Yahawashi, he rose. All right, he rose. His his flesh didn't rise again though. All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? All right. So animals, they come back, their spirits come right back on the earth, go through the birth process again, through the recreation process again, the sex. They go back into their father's testicles, however, whatever you want to call the animals' reproductive organs, and then they come back on the earth through natural I was gonna say selection through the natural order of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Okay, but the spirit of Jesus, that's who the world calls him. The spirit of Yahawashi went upward and then came back. See, he's been here before many times. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. So that's why such a perfect man went through such a horrific death. All right, so whatever the hopeful elect that he prayed for had to go through, had to endure until the end to be saved. We just have to endure it. We have to remember that Yahawashi, he came back perfect. They say Jesus was perfect. But leprosy is an imperfection within itself. But the Lord uses the imperfect to show his power. So I was just about to say something personal, but yeah, I definitely have a lot of respect for not respect, but I said it. I have I think about certain Akim. I'll just say that. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. All right, so when Jesus, who the world calls Jesus, came back on the earth, his name is Yahawashi. I just said that for sake of identity. So when Yahawashi came back on the earth to live again, after his initial death as King Solomon, that we know of, the son of David, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham, he was Isaac. his righteous works were declared. All right, the book of Matthew, chapter 1. The book of the generation of who the world calls Jesus Christ, the son of David. All right, let's look at this word generation. Generation. All of the people born and living at about the same time. Okay, so the book of the generation of this spirit of Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus. So the generation, the book of all the people born and living at about the same time of Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus. All right, the son of David. So in the generation of who the world calls Jesus, the son of, when he was the son of David, it was King Solomon. That's why he mentioned the king of Sheba with this generation. The son of Abraham, which would make Isaac. All right, that's why he mentioned Abraham longed to see this day, or longed to see the day. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas, his brethren. All right. And Judas begat Phares. So these are the generations. And we already looked at what generation mean, and we see how many times it said begat. I did not mean to do that. So we about to see what begat means. Come on now. Let's do what I want you to do. Begat. Father. Typically of a man. Sometimes of a man and a woman bring a child into existence. So that's Esau playing with words, how a father, a man could beget without a woman through artificial insemination. But sometimes, not sometimes, all the times, according to the will of Yahawashi, of a man and a woman, or the natural will of Yahawashi, sometimes of a man and a woman bring a child. So the men, father, beget means to father. So Isaac fathered Jacob to bring a child into, the father means bring a child into the world. All right. So these are the generations. So Yahawashi is not a spirit baby. He had a birth. Now the birth of Yahawashi was on the wise when as his mother was espoused to Joseph. All right. Let's go to 11. It's lucky for going up and down. Matter of fact, the book of Isaiah chapter 43 verse 1. But now thus said the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. All right, so we were redeemed through the blood of Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He's the number one spirit. All right. The book of Ephesians chapter 1 verse 7. In whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace, wherein he hath abounded toward us in all wisdom and prudence, having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath purposed in himself. All right, that's a mouthful within itself. All right, so I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rahakwadash, for the spirits of righteousness that he has created, because wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Salakia. Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And that's why verse 5 reads, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. And that's the times we're living in now. The whole world is dealing with plagues. Even Babylon the Great, who's never really had her cherry popped. She's been a virgin in comparison to the rest of the world, with the experience of pain and suffering as a nation that these other worlds have felt, other nations have felt, other countries have felt, however we say it in today's time. 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 5, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So sword, famine, death, and destruction is coming to America. Don't try to act like this doesn't apply to America, because verse 7 says, Therefore saith the Lord. It's coming to Babylon the Great. So Yahawashi returns. I'm going to switch subjects real quick. So yes, Yahawashi is the number one spirit on the earth. Number one spirit on the earth. And in the heavens. Not saying that the spirit is on the earth right now. I was just see him thinking too deep, starting to drown. Shalom.